wanted to share an interesting thing that happened to me. I actually became stress and debt-free the day after I was laid off. The day it happened, I got called up to that office that you never get called up to, and very quickly got an envelope and a handshake, and that was it. And I was totally panicked about what I was going to do financially, like how I was going to get by. At this time, I had been working for this company for about 3 years, and it was a job I had always wanted. So I took a less salary than I had been making in my previous job, but I was thinking more along the lines of my career path. And things were going good creatively. Financially, it started to become a disaster. After 2 years, my salary didn't increase enough to cover my expenses. To compensate, I had used up all my savings. I was dipping into credit cards. My whole check would go towards my rent, and I would just have a few $100s to last me till the next pay period. And some bills I'd have to not pay just to have money to live for those couple weeks. It was just a vicious circle. You know, I'm old enough where, it really shouldn't be that way, but I was doing the best I could. So when I got laid off, I just thought, this is it. This is rock bottom. Then come to find out, I got a severance. It was not a substantial severance at all. Ironically, I was so into this job that I hadn't taken a vacation in 2 years, so I had well over 120 hours of paid time off. And once I got all these checks, I set aside enough for rent for the next 3 months, and then I was able to pay off all these debts that have been hanging on my head for the past 2 years and kind of throwing me behind. Then I started getting the unemployment checks, and because I had been used to just living so close to the bone, it was actually more money than I was used to having week to week. And I just had to step back and say, what's going on here? I have been totally stressed out and broke for 2 years. The worst possible thing that could happen is I got laid off. And it turned out to be the best thing that could have happened to me. I was able to get back to zero the day after I got laid off, and the stress was gone. So I didn't owe any more money to anybody. And I have to say, honestly, once you get over the initial shock and stop thinking about yourself, you realize that so many people are getting laid off every day. It really doesn't feel personal. And if you're listening to this and you're laid off, this sounds corny, but you're not alone. I think we really are all in this together.